All right.
morning,
Good morning,
everybody.
everybody, everywhere. No, anyway. So, wow, it's like almost Christmas.
Yes.
Okay, so I gotta just know that I'm not by myself. I'm like not ready at all. This Christmas has been weird. It's been weird. All kinds of stuff, good stuff going on, but I have to admit, I keep thinking, Christmas is like next month or
Yes,
somewhere,
I know the feeling.
and that's how I'm like going.
I put a post on my wall and just said, "All right, I'm not ready, but who here is ready? You're a Wonder Woman and a Superman because
That's right.
I'm not."
Yeah,
So
we ain't ready yet. So sorry, kids. So,
it'll come.
it'll come. No, it always does.
together.
But anyway, as we're talking about parenting, we did want to talk about traditions and
That's right.
things. Again, here, this being at the time when we're doing this being about a week before Christmas of 2022, whenever you're watching this. And so, star date. It's,
Hold on. I do need to say something.
say something.
Look at my pretty cup.
Look at that. Where'd you get that cup?
I know, right?
Yeah, where'd you get the cup?
So I get to babysit these super sweet kids on Friday afternoons while Selah goes to dance. And they gave this to me.
Oh, how
And
awesome.
it was so sweet with a really sweet little card. They are like the sweetest kids I have ever watched, I think.
Oh,
just
very
because
cool.
they're so cute.
That's awesome.
And they're little and sweet, Anyway, I thought I would just show you because it's very me.
That is very,
very
you. That,
me,
they,
so
they nailed you.
they nailed it.
They got you. Nailed it. Anyway, so yeah.
Anyway, so
Gotcha.
continue. But
Cool.
Cheers. Oh, one more thing.
What?
Did you see that we got to change the name of the channel?
Oh, sort of.
So we were Coffee with Brad and Selena, and I've been announcing for a couple of weeks that we were going to change it over to Coffee with the Hollemans just to reflect better what we're doing.
Yeah.
Because now all our kids are growing, and some of them are grown, and they're going to be participating with us in our chats. And so we just wanted to have it be more congruent and we have an Instagram account called The Hollemans. Our YouTube channel is called The Hollemans. And so we thought, Coffee with the Hollemans is better. I finally figured it out last night. And now they've approved it, and there you go.
Well, see,
Ta-da!
I noticed that this morning, but I was, being Captain Oblivious here. So,
It's okay.
good job.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you. Okay, now. Sorry. I'm all done.
Are y'all
interrupting.
done? We now return to our regularly scheduled program. No,
I'm going to just take
Steve, to be your coffee from your pretty cup. So, no, but we're talking. So, Christmas is here, about a week away. And so, we just thought we'd take a time on this episode to talk about traditions, right? The purpose of traditions. I know in many, yes, happy Wednesday, Micaiah.
Yes.
Many people have a love-hate relationship with traditions, right? I know we've run over the years of pastoring, we've run into people that their tradition is they have no traditions, and that's what they say.
Yeah.
Our tradition is we have no tradition. But Christmas time, these holidays, things like Easter, birthdays, anniversaries. What else could we say? Again, national holidays wherever you are.
Right.
Churchy holidays, religious holidays wherever you are. They all are traditions, right? But
Right.
the purpose of tradition is to teach a truth.
Yes.
Right, so it's not again
And to pass on a truth.
exactly to it's almost like maybe this is, I don't know, I'm just making this analogy up in here right here, but it's almost like fruit, right? We eat and enjoy an apple, but the real purpose of an apple is to get to the seed.
That's a good
And I think we miss that, especially in our modern world where we celebrate seedless, which is a whole nother conversation for a whole
Yes.
nother day.
Yes.
Only fallen man could make something that would not reproduce itself.
Yeah.
Nowhere in God's creation do you find that ever,
Yeah.
right? And so when we look at stuff, the purpose of an apple isn't just to make apple pie, but there is a seed within that
Right.
that is to carry into our future, and that's the same. So the fun, the fun parts of again Christmas, the presents, the festivities, the tree, the this, the that, the other. They're the delicious fruit, but it's really about the seed of truth
I love that, Brad.
that is
Well said.
in that fruit that we're passing on into future generations.
You came up with that just right now?
Just right now. And God cool, because I am not that smart. And so
God is so good.
So
I think he did that for y'all that are watching.
Yeah, so there's so when you're thinking about this holiday season, and because I know for many people, especially Christmas is a love-hate holiday.
It gets so busy with all the different activities and the dirty Santa gifts and the swaps and the parties and the this and that, and everybody's like,
I'm all done.
I am all done. Yeah.
And I know some people, they didn't have a good experience. Holiday always represented family drama. Again, thus we have the Christmas Vacation movie, the National Lampoon's, and crazy cousin Eddie or whoever he is that's dumping his black waste into the septic tank, and the cat that destroys the Christmas tree, and the crazy aunt that brings the Jell-O mold that has the cat food on it.
I don't even remember this movie, but I've heard about it.
Those stereotypes are there because we go, man, Christmas is that time when you're like going, I gotta go be with those people, and all this stuff going on. But really think about the truth. And it doesn't have to be, now there are tons of truths, just like, again, just like a piece of fruit can have multiple seeds.
Right. Yeah.
But if this is a new thought for you or I, don't try to jam pack a bunch of seeds in there all at one time.
Yeah.
Pick a seed.
Yes.
So like we were talking about that, one of the things we've endeavored to teach around Christmas to our kids is the truth of generosity. Mm-hmm. Again, and even back to John 3, for God so loved the world that he gave.
Yes.
And so giving is the chief expression of love.
Right. Yeah.
Why? Because that was God's chief expression of love. He gave himself for us. And so you can teach and pass on and then build traditions that would do that. Like as an example, people give people gifts they want. Like a cup.
This is beautiful.
It's like, learn to know people well enough that you can give them a gift they actually will enjoy. I can't tell you, we probably all experience this. People come up and they hand you something and you open it and they go, I wanted to get you that because I really liked that.
Right.
Well, then you should have given that to yourself because obviously you don't know me.
This is not something I would have wanted.
Because this is nothing I would have picked for me at all. And we've all had the other side of that where people give you a gift and you're like going, oh my, they know me.
Yeah. Yeah.
They thought about me. They went somewhere. They went to a store they would never go to. That happened at my last birthday.
Yes.
My brother bought me, I don't have it on me now, but he brought me the most expensive pocket knife I've ever owned to date. And there it is. And I'm thinking, but my brother went into a store because my brother's not, he's not an outdoor guy like I am. He loves me and therefore he's okay. Now he'll eat all the fish I catch and he enjoys the back end of it, but
he would never go to an store for himself.
Yeah, he'd never go to that outdoor store for himself. It wasn't like he was there for himself and go, oh yeah, by the way, while I'm here, my brother had to go out of his way, go put himself in an uncomfortable position talking to other people because he had no, he didn't know. And so he walks in and goes, I need help.
Right.
But when you realize it's my hand, you're like, wow, somebody went out of their way to give me something, right, that I would actually fully enjoy. See, that's the truth, because that's what God did for us. That's real generosity.
Yeah.
True generosity is that.
And since this is Parenting Week, I just want to highlight that as parents, we're the ones that are going to need to drive what truths we are wanting to share with our children. Because there's a ton of very empty traditions.
Yeah.
And they don't teach truth.
Yeah.
They teach other things that if you really stop and look at it, you're like, do I really want to feed that appetite in my child? Do I really want them to grow up and pass this on to the third
Yeah.
generation? Is this really something, you know? And so, but the world is full of them because
Yeah.
it's some things are just frivolous, other things are just, you know, consumer minded, and who's driving that boat? Well, as parents, it is our responsibility to really drive that. And your kids are going to have the, why can't we do what Johnny does? Why can't we do what so-and-so does? And that's okay. And you just have to stay the course. I mean, the older I get with older kids, because now we've got, you know, young adults, the more I realize, woo, this whole parenting thing is all about just developing that backbone and sticking to what I am wanting to lead this family in, instead of just kind of fielding the questions and okay, off we go, keep going, survive, right? No, it's actually intentionally pausing and going, what do I actually want? So somebody asked me the other day, how do you guys celebrate? And I said, well, it's really interesting because I grew up in Guatemala, and
It's a whole other set of traditions.
It's a whole other set of traditions, and they're all faith-based, all of them, right? And so it was neat because to me, nativity scenes are very, they just bring up my childhood, right? Whereas trees, some people had them, some people didn't. And a lot of what we do is very cultural. So, and I'm not saying any of that is wrong. I'm just saying, let's pause and really inspect or evaluate. Is this something that I want to do? If not, the moment you say, we're not doing X, we're doing this, your kids are probably not gonna like that. But give it a couple years and they'll realize, oh, this isn't going anywhere. And actually, mom and dad are making this really fun.
Yeah.
And this is different, but I enjoy this and I am getting a lot out of it. Right?
Well, and to speak on that, because I mean, again, as y'all know, we're all Christ followers. We're all believers here. Most of you guys are too that watch. That I know of, that I see comments. I know all of y'all. But here's the thing, even on this. So every tradition, whatever it is teaching something.
Yes.
So be aware of, there is not I know you just said it and I'm not speaking this correctively, so don't take it as frivolously. Well, like you said, an empty truth. There is no, or an empty tradition.
But I'm not teaching truth.
There is no such thing as an empty tradition.
Right. They're teaching something. But not all of them are teaching truth.
Exactly.
Is what I was saying.
Yes, and I know that. Yeah. So that's why. So every tradition is teaching something. It may not be teaching truth, but it is teaching something.
Right.
So you have to say, what is it teaching? And what do I want it to teach? And then to realize that in some cases, you don't have to necessarily upend everything. Because I know, again, especially in the Christian world, my goodness, y'all, come on. We are some of the worst executioners.
Yes. Yes.
No more Santa. Santa's gone. No more trees. Trees are gone. You know? Because they're all steeped in pagan religion.
Are we replacing it with something?
And my thought is I don't disagree. But what? Because here's the other side of it is, and that if I'm going to cut the Christmas tree down, then what am I going to replace it with? Right. And that is something we learned from one of our pastors years ago. Hey, listen, if you feel like you need to edit something out around a tradition because you feel like it doesn't reflect whatever, okay, great. Then what are you replacing it with?
Right.
Because if you just take it away, you will teach your kids God is no fun.
Exactly.
God doesn't want you to have a good time. Yes. God doesn't want you to enjoy yourself. God is just this old, mean, fuddy-duddy. He's like Scrooge. Humbug. Humbug Christmas tree. Humbug to Santa. Humbug. Like God is all upset because we've commercialized an old Christian saint. I think he's a lot more, I don't know, a lot stronger than that.
Yes.
You know, God is not moved by Santa.
Yes, right. Yeah.
But with that, and I say that because I know that that's one of the biggest things around this.
Absolutely.
This that gets done is, you know, no more this, and I'm like, find and create the truth you want to put inside of that. Like again, Santa. We have told our kids for forever that Santa, as he is commercialized, is not real. He's not this all-knowing, all omnipresent, can travel the world in one night, mythical person.
That's the mythology of it.
You know, that can
But there was
a man
history to it.
that we get. So there is a Saint Nicholas who was born in, I forgot what century, that was born a wealthy son to some people in the Roman Empire. Parents die. He's an orphan. He's left with all this money, and he follows Jesus and begins to do good with his inheritance.
Right.
Begins to sow and to give and to supply and to take care of the poor and the impoverished and to help people out and do all this kind of stuff. And
that's the history of it.
So we teach that.
Yes.
And we have fun.
And we focus on that.
Right?
Yes.
Just as this has been an example.
Yeah.
But we wanted to say this too. You know, all traditions, because pretty much all of our traditions, to some degree, are faith-related, faith-based. They are an act of worship, and their real history is all centered around worship and this kind of stuff. Even the fun stuff.
Yes. Okay,
Right.
go there, Mr. Fun Guy.
Well, I mean, I know that, hey, that's easier for me. I am Mr. Fun Country personality-wise.
Yes.
I am
And we need him.
You know, y'all heard me joke. You know, Selena makes sure we have a life because she's very goal and task oriented, and I just make sure we enjoy that life, and that's how one of the ways we work together.
Yes.
But hey, listen, guys, worship
Yes.
is fun too.
Yes.
I mean, yes, there are times and should
Of
be times of
reverence.
reverence and seriousness and
For sure.
and holy awe and
For sure.
and all. Sure, absolutely. But remember, God, to his people in the Old Testament, God told them by law, by God's decree, once a year, they were to go on a camping trip.
Uh-huh.
We just happen to call it the Feast of Tabernacles,
Yes.
where literally God said, 1 week a year, I want you outside. I want you to build a shelter. He was some of the first bushcraft.
Yes.
You know, build you a shelter where you can see the stars. He actually told them when to do it, when there was least likely to be rain in their nation, so they wouldn't get rained out. And he said, go and enjoy that and remember where you came from and enjoy creation.
And I declare a feast.
And
So
I declare a
everybody gets to party.
feast. So everybody has a good time. Listen, God did that 7 times for the year.
Yes.
He said 7 feasts he created, and they were celebrations. And woven in them, sure, were sacrifices and worship, but they weren't all. I mean, again, this is Brad trying not to be totally mean, but I mean, we have become some of the most sad sack, depressed, oppressed people on the planet are Christ followers.
And Papa is actually such a playful dad.
He is.
He's such a playful father. He's so creative and
Yeah.
all of that. And he's joy.
Yeah.
Right?
And the reason I say that is, I mean, you listen to a lot of modern Christian music, and it sounds like a Christianized version of an old sad country song. I got this problem. This is my problem. I'm no good. My dog's no good. My truck's no good. You know, woe is me, and God just puts up with me, and woe. And I'm like going, no wonder we're depressed. Holy moly. And so I tell my kids all the time, it's sad. I have to change the radio to the more pop secular to hear a happy tune than my Christian radio station. And I'm like going, we got to change that.
Something's got to give,
And I'm like,
y'all.
kids, all my music, change that. Make happy songs about following
Yes.
Jesus and
how fun
it is. Because,
what an adventure of faith it is.
you know,
Yes.
so I sit there and say that because, guys, listen, God wants you to feast. There was I wish I could remember the reference. I was trying to remember sitting here talking with y'all. There was literally like a type of a tithe that was done in Jewish culture where the head of the house would call a random feast day. It wasn't even a national holiday, but he would say, this is my XYZ tithe. I've been saving up a portion of our wealth, and today we feast.
Yeah.
And it was just because he wanted to.
Yeah.
Because as Papa of his household, he wanted to just go out and let's eat dinner and let's go to the movies and let's have a good time as worship with our tithe. Because God has so blessed us and take care of us
Yes.
that he hasn't only supplied our needs,
Yes.
he has supplied our wants too. And if I can, I'm sorry, I get all worked up, and I just want to spirit of slap sometimes comes all over me, and I just want to slap us around a little bit and go, I'm tired of, oh, God only wants to meet your needs. He only just, then why did he make so many flowers?
Right.
One would have done, if he was just a need-centered God,
Yeah.
he'd have made one flower. There it is, there's your flower, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Why did he make so much diversity of landscape and creation? There's desert scenes and mountain scenes and a new sunset every day and nuanced in this. You can go to the beach and see something. You can go over here and you can just walk around the planet and go, oh my.
Yes.
Look at how awesome. And because I remember one of the people that speaks a lot into our life is Brother Andrew Womack, and we'll have to end on this story and go. But he talked about him. They live up in Colorado, up in the mountains, and he said him and his wife, Miss Jamie, were out walking on this trail, and they came into this kind of hidden valley that was on this trail, and they looked, and the whole valley was filled with these beautiful yellow like daisies, just like waist high, but like acres of them.
Yeah.
And he said, man, we just walked for like an hour or better, just walked through this valley and looked around and was like, oh my goodness, look at how beautiful this is. And he was so moved.
Yeah.
He went and researched that little valley and that flower, and they said, oh yeah, his research said, oh yeah, that flower blooms once a year for just like a week.
Wow.
And it's only in this area of Colorado where this valley was.
Wow.
And it does it just once a year.
Wow. They stumbled upon it.
And then he was impressed with that. And then he realized, oh my goodness, wait a minute. We were probably some of the only people who went and saw that he knew of. Like he knew it was a very road least traveled. He goes, they'll bloom whether I'm here or not.
Yeah.
God didn't make this bloom just so I could. They would have bloomed because he's just generous and he's just beautiful and he's just fun and he's just creative.
That's awesome.
And there's stuff going on all the time that shows that God just wants
absolutely
to just bless our socks off.
Yeah.
And will he take care of our needs? Man, that's the bare bones promise.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when Jesus, it was the, well, duh. Well, duh. If I take care of birds, duh.
Yeah.
If I make flowers that bloom for a day in a valley that nobody will see, and I'll do, well, duh, I'll give you nice clothes.
Yeah.
Well, duh, if I take care of all this, well, duh, hello, that's needs is baseline.
Yeah.
God is about wants.
Yeah.
What do you want? Again, this whole Christmas time, right?
Desire.
Isn't that what we do with our kids? Hey, little pumpkin boo-boo head, what do you want for Christmas?
Yeah.
And the kid knows this is their one chance to like ask for the moon. I want the super duper XYZ triple spin thingy-mabobber that costs several $100s. Why? Because it's Christmas. Listen, and again, Jesus said, and if you, an earthly father, are willing to give gifts like that to your kids just because you want to, and you want to bless them, he says that, my favorite phrase, how much more will your heavenly Father not super bless you?
Exactly.
Not give to you?
Exactly.
Are we saying we're better parents than he is? Lord knows I'm not, especially not this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway,
awesome.
Is that good? So have fun.
Yes.
So with that, what is the truth that you're wanting to teach in every tradition this year?
That's right.
Identify it. If it's not the truth you want to teach, just take that seed out and put in the one you want to.
That's right.
And then worship God by having fun.
Yes.
Play the music, sing the songs, eat the food, festival.
Yes. Enjoy.
Party.
Yes.
As an act of worship.
Yes, absolutely.
Amen. Well, we love you guys.
If you'll go to thehollamans.com and just check out our site there, our shop. We have some specials going for the Christmas season only.
And a great, again, Selena's book is a great, great gift for any young parent in your world, right?
Yes.
So you can get them there at thehollimans.com, and we'll
That's
ship
right.
them out to you.
That's right.
Still time to get this by Christmas.
That's right. And there is a give button on there just to help us continue to do what
this.
we're doing.
That's right.
And to make things a little better every time. There's a different background I would like to put on here that my hair doesn't just disappear into. Just things like that,
Yeah.
you know, that it just takes some money. And so if you'll give through that give button, it'll go straight to, I'll see that it was a donation. It shows as a donation. So, and it just shows like, it goes through like the cart as if you had shopped for something.
And we thank everyone who has given and who does
yes.
give. Thank y'all very, very much.
Thank you so much.
Y'all have been such generous and wonderful partners with us in what we're doing. So we're so appreciative of that.
Yes, and if you're new here, we have a YouTube channel. So we do this live right now here, but we're really wanting to be able to go live on YouTube. And it's called The Hollimans. And you can just go over there, check it out,
subscribe, and hit the little bell.
Yep, and then you'll get notified when we upload the videos and stuff. So thank you so much for coming, and we will see you tomorrow.
Yes.
I will have a special guest with us.
Woohoo! See you tomorrow. Thanks.